I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Hunter, and this is
The Family Showdown! Why, hello there.
Howdy, folks. Wait a minute, whoa. It started on time?
Well,
Started on time.
I hope you all were sitting down.
We started on time.
And let me guess, you can see us? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hope you can hear us.
Can you hear us?
Hope you can hear
How
us
about now?
better.
Really well?
Maybe.
Not canny? Not tinny?
All right, folks.
Holy crap, is everything working? Is it a full moon? Why is everything working?
I don't know.
Okay, anyway.
Both clock is...
Quick! Okay, top 10, we're going fast before something breaks.
No.
No?
No. No. Okay. Here we go, folks.
Neutral, you suck.
Here we go. Here we go. I have a confession to make. So our top 10 this time is top 10 games out of our wheelhouse.
Not in our wheelhouse.
Out of our wheelhouse. I have a confession to make. Here's my confession. I didn't know what a wheelhouse was.
Oh, did we Google things?
I did not know because I was looking to do a picture. You know, I did a little splash page.
Okay.
This little thing right here.
Okay.
This thing. Splash page thing.
Yeah.
Didn't know what a wheelhouse was.
Okay.
So I typed in a wheelhouse, and all these wheelhouses popped up, and now I know what a wheelhouse is.
Woo! There you go.
It's like the cabin where they have the little boat thing.
You know what's fun? When I was working as a line cook like 10 billion years ago, they always called it the wheelhouse, like where the head person was who read the tickets and called the orders to everybody else. Too. We always had, that was our wheelhouse.
But almost every ship has a little room.
Yeah, are they?
And even it depends on the size of the ship, but some of them are just a tiny little closet they step into to drive the thing, right? Didn't know. There you go.
That's pretty sweet.
So yeah, wheelhouse.
And now you all know.
So what this basically is, this is games from categories, mechanisms, themes that we don't normally enjoy, but for some reason, this particular game we do enjoy.
Yeah. That
mechanism, theme, category, whatever you want to call it.
Right. Wait, honest to goodness, is there something up with the mics? Expression. If you're out of the wheelhouse, where are you? Wandering aimlessly on your boat.
We may sound loud to you because normally we're really quiet. So
that's entirely possible.
So if you have your volume set at max for us normally, you may need to take it down a notch.
That could be too.
Because we actually made our volume better. So hopefully,
that could be too.
Hopefully, if it's too loud, turn your volumes down.
Speaking of
normally we're really quiet.
I'm about to sneeze.
What is going on right now?
I'm about to sneeze, and I was trying to mute so I don't deafen everyone.
The poop deck. I like that. All right, so here we go. So
okay, I'm not
top 10 game out of our wheelhouse.
We're really close. I almost sneezed really bad.
As you know, if you watched last week, we now do Bim Bam Bum or Bim Bum Bam to see who goes first.
The mics are maxing out.
All right, I can fix that. Let me have this. They're maxing out.
We can fix that.
I thought we had it. It sounded really good when I recorded Board Game Blender.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much live. Let me take it down a hair.
We did trade seats, Nathan. Good catch.
Let me take it down.
Maybe that's it. Maybe I needed to be sitting over here to make all the electronics work.
I took it down a notch. Maybe that sounds better.
You should always take it down a notch. Crazy man. Okay.
It's funny. My breakfast sounded.
Yeah, your breakfast sounded on point.
All right. Bim Bam Bum.
Wasn't live.
This is a little card set you can use to decide first player.
And it's the cheesy, random, ridiculous. All right, what nonsense are you going to spout this time? He's shuffling. Oh dear.
All right, here we go.
I'll laugh if you pick the same card it was last time. I don't even remember what it was.
You're the one that picks.
It's going to be something stupid.
Who is more expert with women?
How do we define that? I would think
it's obviously me.
I am one, so I would think that I would be the expert.
All right, we'll pick a different one. Oh, that's the one we had last time. Who is fussier?
That would be you.
That would be me. I go first.
I love you. Oh man, that's good stuff.
All right, let's get it started. I'm going first, apparently.
You are going first.
Because I'm fussier.
Oh, do I have to click things too?
No, you don't have to do anything. Don't touch a thing.
Okay, I won't touch anything. Don't mind.
She has the mouse, and it's just... It makes me a little nervous.
Oh my gosh, calm down.
Number 10.
All right. My number 10 is... My number 10, here we go.
What is it?
It is...
What is it?
Survive Escape from Atlantis. So, I do not normally like straight take that games. Like games like, I guess, Munchkin and just...
That's true.
That's just like, play this card and you lose a turn or play this and you lose half your resources or whatever. I don't like games like this. Survive is nothing but take that.
Oh, yeah.
But I love this game. It's a great game. So, Survive Escape from Atlantis, you basically have all these little meeple guys that are on an island. The island is slowly sinking. Mm-hmm. So you have to get off the island, jump on some boats, and get to safety. But you got sharks and sea monsters and whales and volcanoes and whirlpools and all sorts of death and destruction. And the other players get to control those monsters going after you and eating you. So it's very take-thatty. It's very mean. Not really my style of game, but for whatever reason, we always have a blast when we play Survive.
That is very true.
Escape from Atlantis.
That is very true. That was a good point, sir. I approve.
All right, what you got?
What do I have? My number 10 is The Search for Planet X. And why didn't you push the... Oh, look at you. So normally, the theme, yes, of course, the theme is right up my alley. But normally, something that's just a logic puzzle, I especially used to hate those. And we'd have those in school for math class and different things, and I would just die a little inside. And now, a game built around this logic puzzle.
I thought you liked logic games.
I'm getting where I like them now, I think. And it's stuff like this.
I asked you about it, and you said you really wanted this game.
I did, but here's the thing. The theme is incredibly awesome, and it's like applied for something. If you give me the Joe is taller than Sue, but Sue is shorter than Rosie, and Bob is shorter than Joe, and you're just like, please kill me. That's my response. But this one, I'm actively searching for a planet in our solar system. It has purpose. It's actually kind of what, the theme is a realistic theme and not some stupid math story problem. I love it. And that's why it's my number 10. It's such a cool game.
I figured this was in your wheelhouse. That's interesting.
No, it would not normally be in my wheelhouse.
Because
it might be starting to get that way, though.
Because you were like all gung-ho for this game when I showed it to you.
I am. That's what I'm saying.
So it's in your wheelhouse now.
It is. It's probably going to be now.
I'm confused.
Normally it would be out of my wheelhouse. This is the list of things that would normally be out of your wheelhouse. Would you like them?
So your wheelhouse is changing.
Possibly.
All right, Tommy asked.
This is the exception.
It's a valid point we didn't discuss at the start. How did you rank your games? By how far they are out of your wheelhouse, or out of your wheelhouse games, and how much you like them?
I kind of did a ratio of how far out of my wheelhouse they are to the theme and gameplay. So like this one, this one's pretty close to being in my wheelhouse, like we just said. But the one that's my top one, I just shouldn't like this game.
See, I did a weighted average.
Well, you're no fun.
Partially weighted on how far they're out of my wheelhouse and partially on how much I like it. So,
but yeah, that's kind of
the ones that do a combination of both tend to be towards the top.
Yeah, okay.
So, if something's out of my wheelhouse and I don't like it that much, it's not going to be on the list.
Yeah.
So, I need to like the game.
Zachy, did you just say the search for fun? Is that what you said about Planet X? Oh, man. I'm going to chalk that up to you being up too late and getting kind of goofy. I'm just saying.
All right.
Yeah, I love that game. I don't know what it is. I love the puzzle of that. And normally, after a while, I just want to tear out my hair. But there's something just like addictive about that game. I love it.
All right, let's move on.
Number 9.
This is you. You go first.
I'm reading the chat. They said that our chairs are a bit different. I think we got them at different angles. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, my number 9 is, I don't know. Let's push the button and find out. Merlin. Merlin.
It's Feld.
But it's a roll and move game. It is very much roll and move. It is. It is a straight up roll and move game.
Yeah, okay.
Fight me.
Yeah, ice cream now.
Throw hands. I'm gonna throw some hands.
You're right.
So Merlin is a mid to heavy Euro game, but it's your entire turns are based on the roll of dice and moving your little pawn around to take actions. So usually games like that frustrate me because there's an action I want to take and I never roll that number. But for whatever reason, there is some mitigation you can do to mitigate it a little bit.
That's true.
But it's a straight up roll and move game.
That's true.
You got a little pawn and you're just going around in a circle on a track.
True.
Kind of at the mercy of what you roll and reacting to what you get based on what you roll. Yeah, roll and move games just aren't my thing normally because
It's true.
it just, like I said, it irks me because you're trying to do something and then you never can roll the number you need to do.
That would
what you need.
explain why I'm not really that fond of that game at times. Because Merlin makes me angry. Because Merlin, I never roll what I need, and
True.
if I don't have the mitigation stuff, I get really cranky with that game.
There is mitigation, but you have to build towards it, right? So early in the game, you really kind of have to react to what you do, but there's ways to mitigate that as time goes by.
Okay, I know I wasn't going to pop anything up during our top 10, but I did have one comment. Please.
That's a surprise. No, because we have stuff at the bottom of the screen.
That's true.
Give me this mouse.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not fired.
You're fired.
Okay, I just want to say before I start my number 9 that Nick said that he's listening to this instead of the Olympics. So are we, Nick. And I love that. You get a gold star, sir.
Right behind us, man.
Yeah, gold star right there.
Okay.
That's yours. All right, give me my number 9. Leaving Earth.
Yes, I figured this would be your number one. I honestly thought this was your number one.
The reason it's not my number 1 is because the theme, I can hear everybody screaming, but it's space theme, and that's what sold me to trying it. This is just math the game. I don't care what anybody says. It is math the game. It's physics the game, however you want to look at it. It's simple math. I get that. It's not the real... You're not actually calculating it, but you're sort of calculating it in a very, very, very simplified way of the amount of thrust that you need to break out of the atmosphere and to get to certain places with this amount of load. And, you know, there's, especially as you get out into something that's, say, to the moon or farther in the solar system, that can get fairly complicated even with the simple math because you have to tally up your distance and how much weight you have at this point and this and it. I should hate this game. Everything about this I should hate. I love this game. Now, and that was something I didn't say. Any of the games in my top 10, if someone were to ask me if they wanted to play it, I would say yes. That's another biggie because some of the things that are like, maybe out of my wheelhouse, I'd be like, that's cool, but no, I'm not. You know, not feeling it. But these, I would totally, if you wanted to play that right now, I'd be like, okay. Because it's just, I don't know. It's just amazing. There's something really cool about having that ability to go in and say, hey, I'm going to calculate how to send this over to the moon and back. And I'm going to research this. And then just kind of like our space programs do, it's like, oh, hey, fellow Earthling, even though you're from another country, let's share tech information. And they like share some of that back and forth. And it's cool, the theme and everything. It sold me on it at first and then just enhanced all the stuff that you get to do for that. So you can hand it back to me. I'm not going to do anything. What are you doing?
Making sure the chicken things.
Okay, give me the mouse.
No.
I have to scroll down so I can read.
You can read the real chat.
No, I can't. Okay, anyway. We're fighting. It's okay.
All right.
You're
killing me, Smalls.
Number 8.
My number 8.
Yes.
Let's see what it is.
Yes.
Awkward guess.
Hey, you shouldn't like Clue.
Oh,
That is
not the necessarily clue. It's the deduction part of the game.
Oh, you don't like deduction, really?
I'm not a big fan of deduction, to be honest. It tends to frustrate me.
I could see that, which is why you hate escape games.
No, well, I especially don't like deduction where mistakes can be had. In awkward guess, that can't happen because you're actually physically trading the cards.
Yeah.
Where in a lot of deduction games, you say, "Do you have any blue cards?"
Yeah.
And they say no, and they actually have a blue card. The game explodes and dies.
Yep.
But this game, I'm not a fan of Clue. I'm not a fan of deduction for the most part. This one just works. I think the fact that does the trading and the bidding and the negotiation piece is kind of part of the game. That helps it out a little bit. But
True.
This one just is fun to me because it just works the way the card play works in this game. I think if it was like Clue and you said, you just do a random guess and then people tell you yes or no or show you one card, I don't think it would be as interesting to me. It's the negotiation and the trading that.
Oh yeah, you love that part because you always somehow manage. I'm not as good at this, but he always knows which cards he gave me, and inevitably I'll be stupid and pick something that overlapped, and you give me the same card as information again, and you just.
Make a little note.
You smile on your face and make
notes on which cards you
I
get.
have like a whole nother. I need an extra page for that game if I make all those notes, though. I swear. I don't know.
Just put the card and all I do is put the card and a letter for who I've given it to. Yeah, I like that game.
It's so funny.
It really is that what makes the game for me is that part of it. If it wasn't, if that wasn't an integral part of the game, I don't think I would enjoy it as much.
Yep.
What you got?
All right. My number 8 probably won't surprise anybody, or maybe it will. I don't know. Lords of Hellas. I am not a dudes on a map, attacky kind of person.
That's true.
I'm just not. I mean, I'll play them, and I usually get some entertainment out of it. It's not like I hate them, but it's not going to be my first pick. And typically, if you guys are like, hey, we're going to play this and such game, I'm like, you got enough players? Well, I'm like, that's cool. You got fun with that. But this it's not just straight up attacking that. It's got this cool, well, it's got a cool nerdy theme that I like. Well, I know you're all shocked by that. But you have these statues that you can do. There's different ways to win, too. You don't just have to attack people to win. There's taking over territories, yes, but there's also taking over like the religious statues and stuff. And there's like this, I guess you'd say religious victory sort of. And there's also what is it, development or cultural? There's
killing monsters.
Monsters. That's what I was thinking.
Controlling a statue.
Controlling the statues, controlling shrines, and
controlling areas.
And oh man, it's so much fun to go after and try to attack those monsters. You have to build up armies for that. You can't just leave your lands open because then somebody else will come roaring through and tear up and steal all your land, and then they win by area. So you got to kind of pay attention to it. But you can go and do other things. And
you can collect artifacts. You can go on quests. You can build up your hero.
There's all these different options, right? And so I get a little distracted, happily so, by the other stuff too, and not just attacking. And I don't know if I've won a game of it yet, but I've made it really close.
There's been several games that came down to like 2 or 3 people about to win and one person.
Someone edged it out or whatever. And so I feel like it's not like one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, it's because I suck at this game or something.
Usually they divide up and do different goals, right?
Yeah.
Like some people go kill monsters, some people try to get all the shrines, some people do an area control. Everyone's playing a little bit differently, and once you see person getting close, you gotta kind of switch gears. It's a good game.
See, and somebody mentioned Blood Rage in here. I don't feel like Blood Rage is dudes on a map, because that one's all about your card play. There's so much you can do.
Yeah, but it's definitely.
I mean, it is that, but it's not the map.
It's more Euro-y than
it is. It's got much more Euro elements and stuff in it. And those mixed games, those hybrid games like that, I don't seem to have too much trouble with. But this one's very attacky.
It is very attacky
for me.
Number 7.
All right.
What you got?
I don't know. Let's find out. Res Arcana.
That's true. I didn't think about that at all, but you're right.
There's very few light card games. And
this isn't light.
This is a light card. It's a light card game. For me, this is a light card game. There isn't many light card games on my list, my top 100 list. I think this is one of the very, very few that make my top 100.
And just straight up deck builder kind of.
It's not deck builder.
Well, not deck builder, engine builder. Yeah. Oh, you like engine builders, though.
But no, it's a light little resource management card game. It floats away. I don't care what you say.
Dude, it does not float away. So many special abilities. Tell me I'm wrong, people.
It floats away.
Yeah.
Zachy says it's not a light card game. It's a light card game.
See, I'm with you, Zachy. I'm with you, Zachy.
On my scale of 1 to light, it is light. I don't know what that means. Anyway, this type of game I don't enjoy. I enjoy games with a board, with things going on. You're manipulating things.
Nothing going on.
You got all this big giant tableau building. You got miniatures. You got attacking. You got social deduction. Something. This is just to play some cards, get some resources.
Yep. That's true.
It's not. Well, no. Love Letter is not a light card game. It is an ultra light card game.
Oh, good grief. That's like saying that Whataburger cup is like this, the one that's like this big. They're like, that's a small. And I'm like, no.
I consider it a lot. Of the games I would be willing to play, I consider it a light card game.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, Hippo Toad, it's more medium. You're totally right. Just so you know. Just saying. Don't listen to him.
What's all this hate?
No, I'm not giving hate. I'm just saying you're wrong.
For me, it's a light game. I don't normally like this game. This game is like in my top 50 all time or something like that, and it just should not be there. It does not match anything that it's in around it.
Paul with the mic drop. It's 2.59 on BGG. Boom! That is not a light game, sir.
Medium is 3.
What? That's
a medium. It's below 3.
Oh my god! No.
3 is a medium.
Oh my god!
So it's lower than medium.
2.5 would be medium, sir. That's halfway to 5. Don't even. That's a
no. It's 5. No, it's there 4. There's no zero. There's no zero radians. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1 to 5. Middle is 3. 2 is light to medium. So it's somewhere.
Who started this?
You did. I give up. What's your number 7?
I love it. My number 7. It's funny actually that you guys should mention Blood Rage because this is its buddy, Rising Sun. Now this one, yeah, it's hybrid, but I feel like it's less hybrid, much less hybrid than Blood Rage because there is so much going on. They're very asymmetrical.
It's got negotiation and bidding and alliances and card play.
Which is stuff I don't normally like. I'm not usually crazy about bidding. I'm not crazy about negotiating at all because some people don't even look at me. I'm just saying. I betrayed him once out of the 27 billion times he's betrayed me, and all of a sudden now I'm not trustworthy. I don't know what happened. But anyway. Anyway, yeah, it's interesting because it's got the negotiation and all this stuff, and the asymmetrical powers feel so crazy over the top, right? The stuff that they have, and it's very much, you're fighting and negotiating and doing all this stuff and attacking, of course, lots of that fighting over the board. I should not be as much of a fan of that, but I just crazy love that. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, we need to get this played again.
We do need to get it played again because it is so... Oh, man. I don't know what it is. It's just the way they designed all the different factions and everything are so rich, and they all have such amazing abilities. It's one of those games where every time you look at their special abilities stuff, you're like, that should break the game.
Yeah.
But every single one of them...
They're all game-breaking, yeah.
Yeah, they're all game-breaking. And, of course, I can be a sucker for the cool bits and stuff. You guys know that. So, of course, it's got awesome minis, and that's amazing. I'm a sucker for cool art. It's got that. Although some of it is a bit macabre and gory. Some of those little dudes are pretty scary. Yeah, and if you look closely, you're like,
well, they're from mythology.
Yeah, they're mythological. So, of course, I'm used to that part of it, so I don't even think about it. But there's just, oh, man, I don't know. It's just the combination and the way it all plays out is just really fascinating to me. I really enjoy it. And I shouldn't, but I do.
All right. Fair enough.
That's Rising Sun right there.
Number 6.
My number 6 is, let's find out.
What is it?
Space Base.
That's a really good point. You should hate that game.
It is.
You should hate that game.
It is light.
It is light.
In my opinion, it is light.
No, it is.
And it is crazy random lucky.
Yeah, it can be. I think that you can mitigate that a lot, though.
You think you can mitigate it, but then you roll 3 6s in a row, and you get a bunch of garbage because you don't have a 6 built yet.
Well, that's why if I start to see a trend like that, I start buying up 6s like crazy.
And then you never roll a 6 again the rest of the game.
No, that's not how that's been working for me. Just saying.
Yeah, this is another one that makes no sense. I shouldn't enjoy this game, and I like it quite a bit. Mm-hmm. It's roll dice, get resources, spend your resources to get more cards, and eventually get enough victory points to win. It's I shouldn't enjoy this game, but I enjoy it quite a bit.
Yep.
I think. I don't know what that came out of.
What that was.
I think it has a little bit to do with the whole statistics thing. It's like, I got a better chance of getting, I better get a chance of getting a 4 than a 3, but that 3 is worth so much more than a 4. And it's just that part of it, I guess, makes it work for me. But it's just buying cards and rolling dice and getting resources. There's not much there, but I love it.
Yeah, it's fun and it's strangely addictive, and it's one of those, if it goes quickly enough, you just want to slap it down and start over again and play it round.
I mean, it plays pretty quickly, and the whole insta-win thing intrigues me.
That's hilarious. You've tried that. Actually, you almost succeeded at that, if I recall.
I think, no, I did not. I thought I did.
Did you?
I thought I did one time.
Okay, so what we're talking about, there's this card in the game. It's got a crazy win condition, but if you complete it and get it fully charged up, you automatically win the game. Like, the game is over. And
you got to buy this crazy expensive card.
I don't think you did.
And then you got to roll a bunch of high numbers right
crazy high numbers
together.
And you have to do that multiple times, I thought, to charge it.
You have to charge it twice and then spend it, I think, for 2 players. For 3 players, I think it's 3 times. But
yeah, it's crazy.
But you basically have to roll double 6s onto 6-sided dice to charge it, but you can buy cards that make it easier to charge. So basically you can buy arrows. So if you roll 11, it actually counts as a 12. And then you can buy another arrow. And so then a 10 and 11 counts as a 12.
Like you can keep pushing them, sort of.
You keep building it up.
But that's, again, if those cards come out. I mean, it's kind of circumstantial. It's very tough to get the engine built to do that. I want to say...
But it should be ultra rare to
that's the
win
point.
like that.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to just pull it off like something crazy, but... So much fun. What do you think about the Shy Pluto thing, out of curiosity? Did you like that, or did you feel like that was...
It was interesting to go through once, but we actually don't even play with any of the modules.
Yeah, we really don't, do we? It was kind of just...
We basically, after we played, we're like, we don't really need all the other stuff. So it was interesting to go through it once and kind of cool to try out the new pieces, but none of them we played, and none of the modules we played were like, wow, that's really cool. We got to play with these from now on.
Yeah, or if so, we totally forgot, which means therefore it probably wasn't that cool then.
Yeah, it was. We didn't. I don't think any of them stood out to us enough to keep using them.
Yeah. Yeah, Nathan, and swapping the card locations, and there's all these different things that you can do, right? It's I don't know, it's just super fun. Okay. Therefore, my number 6. This is the last of my, shall I call it, the Dudes on a Map series. Because apparently they're all in a row when I was ranking this.
That's funny.
And this is Dwellings of Eldervale. This one is even less likely to be in my wheelhouse, I feel, to Rising Sun and Lords of Hellas, because this is much more straight up a fighty game.
And area control.
And area control. And I say fighty when I mean area control, really.
Right.
Yeah. This has some interesting mechanisms, though, on how the turns work that just intrigued me. And yes, I'm a sucker for the ridiculous, and I mean over-the-top ridiculous monsters they have in this. They're just ludicrous, and I love them. But that didn't really sell me on the game, because if I'm stuck sitting there banging my head against one of those, making it roar because I hate the game, it wouldn't really do me any good. But again, like I said, the mechanisms, the way you do things to move and get the area control just was really intriguing, and it's kind of puzzly. I really enjoyed that aspect to it, and that made all of the rest of it kind of come together as something really fun and something that I really enjoy, instead of just, okay, like you said, I roll this and move my guys over and, risk it, play Risk, basically, and I hate that kind of stuff. And this is so much more than that. And it's fun because, again, the monsters have unique abilities, and they mix that stuff up too. And so there was more to it than just straight up fight over this, me take land, and just stupid stuff like that. I really enjoyed the depth that they added to this game. So that was it was a shocker. And I would play this when you ask, instead of just like the other ones where it's like, pass,
I find it funny that a lot of your games are like my favorites, but not my games are hit and miss whether you like them or not. It's funny.
It is interesting.
All right, let's move on. Halfway.
Whoop, whoop.
Number 5.
All right, my number 5 is, let's find out.
It is?
It was already mentioned. Someone, I think it might have been Tommy that mentioned when I said roll and move games, he said, well, what about Merchant Venus? Well, what about Merchant of Venus? Here we are.
I always want to call it Merchant of Venice because
I always want to call it Merchants of Venus instead of Merchant of Venus. Anyway,
this game, it just gets you.
So this is a pick up and deliver game that is totally, like, completely roll and move. And in fact, you can have horrendous evil rolls of evilness that make you flip the table in this game, and I still love it. That's
so interesting.
Because again, it's another one of those games where it's kind of brutal early on because you have your crappy ship and it doesn't have any kind of cool equipment on it.
You don't move much either, right?
You move all of it. Yeah. No, literally on a turn, I can roll and move 18, and you can roll and move 3.
Oh my gosh! Nope.
But
this will never be in my wheelhouse.
But you can buy ships that change how your dice work. So, for example, you can roll 4 dice and you keep your highest 3, and there's different ship upgrades you can get to mitigate the dice rolls. You can also buy engines that let you skip spaces. So there's spaces that are yellow, blue, and red, I think. And if you get a red engine, you skip all the yellow spaces. So there's ways to enhance how you move. But when you're moving, even to add to the pain of the movement, is when you're moving, you end up in little like crossroads type spaces. And if you use a die to get 1, 2, or 3, you go this way. If your die says 4 or 5, you go this way. And if your die is a 6, you go this way. And I think there's situations where the person to your left gets to pick which direction you go.
I would murder.
No. But whatever. I love this game. It has a great economic system. It has great trading, exploration. You can upgrade your ships. You can upgrade your pilot. You can buy equipment for your ship, special power, special engines. Love this game. Love this game. You have to go into it. You have to go into it with the that is so funny. I can't believe that happened type mentality.
Okay. I got you.
But here's the thing: it's hard to keep that mentality for 3 hours.
Oh, 3 hours. This is so out of your wheelhouse. This should be number 1.
I know. I considered that. I enjoyed it so much that it didn't bother me. For whatever reason, it didn't bother me because I just thought it was funny. When funny stuff happened, but you have to have a certain mindset when you go into this game when you're playing it. No. This will never be. I guess I'm glad I didn't buy a copy of this the other day.
You can play. Can you play solo?
It's best with more than 3 or more players.
Oh, well, you know what? You can bring all your friends. And you can have one of those games together. I enjoyed this game, but I can. It's the same way with the original Zaya. Was the same way. You can for movement. You were 1, 1, 1, 1. You can. It's the same thing. That drove me bananas.
But the expansion helped that. But
exactly.
And it's the same way in Merchant of Venus. There's ways to mitigate your dice rolls. So if the dice rolls really bother you, then upgrade your ship as quick as you can. Get engines as quick as you can, and mitigate that part of the game. Right. So
that's goodness. Oh man!
All right, what's your number? Number 1.
We're on number 5.
Okay.
This one, actually, I've seen you guys chatting about it in the chat, and whoever was talking about it, I kind of feel the same way, and that is Spyfall. I love social deduction games.
I didn't think you liked this game. I thought you hated this game.
No, here's the thing.
I think you hate this game. I'll be quiet and listen. Take a sippy sip of my soda and listen.
Oh dear. I really should hate this game because there's times when it gets very tense for me. If I'm like having like an anxiety kind of day, this is not my game. But because if you're the spy, and especially for new players, I think it's incredibly difficult to get into this game because the pressure on you of being a spy is insane. But we kind of did something to mitigate that. We've talked about it before. We made some house rule. I know everybody's like, that's a wordy nerd, but
it wasn't house rule. We just made copies of all.
No, what we did though is we made copies of the locations, so you're not the only ones staring at it. Everyone has a copy of it, and we kind of just made it an unspoken thing that at first everybody pauses and looks at it.
We read them all out at the start.
We read them all out at the beginning, and then you also have it to look at so that you're not instantly being accused if you're looking down at the card, because everyone's got one.
Yeah, we ask everyone to periodically look at the list.
Everyone look at the list to kind of throw everybody off, right? So that's what I mean by house rule.
Yeah.
So that took away a lot of that pressure, and you get that chance, even if you're a new player, to get familiar with the location. So you can sit there and actually stare at it while people are chatting even, and start kind of mentally going through the list. And I make a point of, even if I'm not to look down and stare at the list just out of habit, just because it throws people off. And it's kind of fun to tick off too if you're looking for clues, because you're asking questions. The spy has no idea what the location is, and everyone else at the table has the location, right? So when you're asking questions, you want to ask questions of people that give everyone else at the table the impression that you know what the location is, but you don't give it away to the spy. So it's really good for everybody to be looking at the locations list, because you don't want to try to do questions or things that, you know, if it's the only location that is in a desert, you don't want to ask a question about a desert, you know, stuff like that. You want to see if there's something that has like 2 or 3 or more.
Yeah, you can't ask specific questions.
And so it's easier if you're looking at it going, oh yeah, this would sound like both of these locations or something like that. It gives you a better opportunity. And so by us kind of pushing everybody to stare at it more, I hope that helps us ask more thoughtful questions and stuff too. And it's so much fun, because on those, I don't know if you've ever played with the variant with the roles, because you'll notice on the cards, you have the spy, and they have just the thing that says you're a spy on it. But on the cards with the locations, they have like, the location is the zoo, and in the corner it'll say zookeeper, or it might say zoo manager, or it might say, you know, zoo guest. You know, you might be visiting. There's all these different gift shop
person,
worker.
Yeah.
There's all these different roles, and we love to play with the roles.
And you answer your question as
you answer the questions as your role would, and so not just as the location in mind. You're keeping your your answers could be off the wall. Because, you know, like we talked about this.
It hides the spy a little bit easier.
It does. It gives them a little more time, right? It buys them time. Because now everyone else, even if they know that you're probably at the zoo, your teammates know that you know the location and you're not the spy. Now everyone else is trying to guess what the heck is your role. It's like you have a little sub game going on underneath with it. And watch it, Hawk Skull. I can block you now. I have the mouse. But no, it's funny because I don't usually like, and especially when we were first playing it, because especially if I'm playing with Hunter, because Hunter knows without a doubt.
I can always instantly tell if she's a spy.
He always knows. And so sometimes he'll just be like, she's a spy. And I'm just like, you know, technical difficulties. But yeah, it's just not something I would normally like, but this game is hilarious. It is ridiculous. So, what are you looking for?
Oh, there's a new feature. Sorry to interrupt, but there's a new feature, pin message. I was just seeing if it was live.
Oh, nice.
So we can pin a message.
Very cool.
It's like this one with the monkey. Where's Rebecca's? I can put
at the top. You're going to pin
that message. And I don't know what that does, but now it's pinned.
Probably at the top of the thing now. When anybody opens up this video later, they're like, they talking about Rebecca being a monkey.
See, look, it's up here now.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Sorry, I'm distracted by shiny things.
I recall someone going, "Give me that mouse! You can't be doing that stuff all my life." Give me?
I saw that earlier. I announced that it was live. What did you do?
I didn't do anything. The mouse is just hovering. Man,
I'm moving on.
I swear I know more than you about this stuff.
What?
Number 4.
All right, my number 4. Jump right in. I don't know what it is. Let's find out. Boom. Pitch car.
Okay, I can't wait. Tell your story, because
I despise flicking games. They make me so angry. I mean, they just make me mad.
We need to do a live play of Flick 'em Up so they can see you.
Well, it's not going to flick 'em up. It's most flicking games I don't enjoy.
That's true, because you're pretty good at Rampage, but you're not real crazy about that game either.
I'll play it because the girls like it. But yeah,
true.
I'm not a fan of flicking games. But whatever, I love pitch car. In fact, I'm a pitch car
champ.
I'm a West Texas pitch car champion.
That's true. And you got last place at Dice Tower.
I did horrible at Dice Tower.
But you were like the crowd favorite by
I was the crowd favorite. But I love, for whatever reason, I love pitch car, but other flicking game. I haven't found any other flicking game I love as much as I do pitch car.
And you're pretty good at it.
Flick 'em up, I just hate. The game makes me angry.
You won't even play anymore.
I would not play flick 'em
I'm
up.
pretty good at flick 'em up, and yeah, it's sad. It's actually very sad, and I don't know why.
And Ice Cool, I'm kind of meh about Ice Cool as
Yeah.
well. But yeah, it's forever in pitch car. I love it. I mean, I'll play that anytime. I love pitch car. It's usually part of our little tournament thing.
Yeah.
Every year we have our board game tournament thing that we do.
Yeah.
Pitch car is always part of it because I just love pitch car. But yeah, I'll flick 'em up. I don't like Rampage. I'm mad about Ice Cool. Meh. But
Yeah.
pitch car. Whew, love me some pitch car.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I haven't played a lot of flicking games, to be honest, but
Yeah.
pitch car is the only one I've really liked.
We did that one dungeon.
I didn't like it. I got angry at that game about midway through, but since it was Dice Tower Marathon, I
know, you
grinned and bear it.
Yeah.
It was very inaccurate on how the rules worked.
I didn't care. I had fun with that.
Because
I loved it.
Because they kept saying, you can do this, and this, and this. I was like, okay. So I just flicked as hard as I could and slammed and knocked like 10 things over. He's like, you can't do that. And I'm like, I just did it. What happened? Yeah. So I love pitch car, but other flicking games, not so much.
Not so much. That's so true. It's so true. It's so true. All right. My number 4 is a crossover.
Crossover.
Yes.
Da, da, da. Did you put awkward guests?
No.
Survive?
Yes.
Okay.
It is Survive because exactly what you said. This is straight up brutality in a box.
Yeah, it is.
This is one that they not jokingly say is the marriage ender, the relationship killer, because you will make enemies. You go in and somebody struggles. They finally get 2 people on their boat.
We just froze. Don't ask me how, but we did.
And I'm in the best pose again, as always.
You always have a great pose.
I'm always making a face. It's true. I don't sit still. I don't sit still enough.
We'll be back. Hold on.
La, 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 la. Oh, hey. He unpushed the big red button. How about now?
You can keep going. We're good.
Number 1 game in my wheelhouse is trying to predict what time Family Showdown will crash.
Is that in your wheelhouse or out of your wheelhouse?
It says not in his wheelhouse. That's interesting. It's normally not in his wheelhouse, but here it's pure entertainment.
I don't know why. It's so funny because in most you despise Take That.
I do despise Take That.
And to the point of even in a Euro game, if I like you have a building and it does 1 damage to it, you're like, I hate this game.
I do. I'm like, this is a Euro. It should not be attacking me. I built this with sweat, blood, and tears, and you just come and sweep it away without any thought.
We play the non-attacky version of Through the Ages.
Yep.
You don't really like the attacky version of Yido.
Yeah, I like the nicer version of Yido.
We always play the quote Care Bear version of all the games if there's an option. But yeah, this one for whatever reason.
Not this game, baby. It's all on. All bets are off. I'm killing all his people.
They said the sound's loud again.
And it's so much fun to watch as he struggles and he gets his little dudes on a boat and he's almost there. And then I go, oh no, a whale dumped over your boat and your people are floating helplessly. Oh no, a shark just came and ate them. Nom, 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 nom. We always have the nom nom sound effects.
That's a requirement. We set it to the original settings. So it's fixed now.
Survive is fantastic. And here we are, living proof that you can still stay in a relationship after playing that game.
It is so funny.
It is
so funny.
Ludicrous. Yes, the answer is always 42, Xeris.
Was it 42 in? Is that what the number was?
I think so. I think it was 42 minutes in that we crashed. That's what.
3.
Luckily, on the crashes, I figured out how to quickly
I know
reset.
you are just a wizard.
I
sir.
figured out
You're
how to quickly
nonsense.
reset it.
He knows how to fix any crashing Microsoft.
We crashed every way there is.
Yeah.
So we probably pretty much figured it out at this point.
You should be like those tech testers, that go and purposely break things. We should have a stream just for that. Oh wait, we do. No, just kidding.
All right, my number 3 is probably what a lot of people thought was going to be my number 1, but
Okay.
it's not.
Okay.
What's my number 3?
I don't know. I already thought your number 1 has passed. So your number
What do you think? What my number 1 should be?
Oh geez. Wow. You crashed the computer. My brain reset.
Virgin of Venus?
Yeah, the way you were describing that.
Oh.
Heck yeah.
No, that's fine. Number 3,
know.
Spirit Island.
Oh gosh. Co-op. Wow. Yes, that should be your number 1. I'm now intrigued what your number 1 is.
The thing is, I don't love Spirit Island.
Okay.
I like Spirit Island. I tolerate Spirit Island, but I don't love it. So that's why it's lower on my list.
Okay.
The whole weighted average thing is really high on the out of my wheelhouse, but lower on my how much I like it.
Hence why it's 3 and not 1.
Correct.
Okay.
The whole weighted average
Very
thing.
mathematical of you, sir.
So yeah, this is one of the few co-ops I actually enjoy. I like it because it's asymmetrical abilities. Everybody's kind of playing the game a different way. Also, it's dudes on a map, basically. You're basically going around and killing little colonist guys.
Yep.
So it's kind of a dude on a map area control kind of game, which I like. So it mitigates all that co-op with things I really enjoy. A lot of co-op games have the co-op, and then it doesn't add any things I really like.
Yeah.
Because Pandemic's okay. I'll tolerate Pandemic, but it's just really kind of hand management, and it doesn't work for me as much for whatever reason. But Spirit Island does, and like I said, I think it really is that you're playing the game in a completely different way, and it's got those cards where you have your initiative amounts where you kind of got to figure, okay, I need to do my thing early. So I need to play a lower number, things like that. It's got all this interesting mechanisms.
It really does.
That are piled on top of the co-op.
It's a very different co-op from any of the others we've ever played.
Yep.
It's just got
Very
that.
much so.
It's just so different.
Yep, that's why it's on my list. But not number 1 because, like I said, this one is probably in my top 150 games.
Gotcha.
So it's not like one I love. So that's why it's a little bit lower on the list.
Yep. Okay. Interesting. I love the comments in the chats about some of these games and stuff too. You guys are mentioning. So if you're listening at some point, you need to go look at the chat because they're also giving their top 10 lists and some of the games. I could totally see it. I love it. All right. So we are on number 3.
3.
Holy good goodness. All right. For your amusement, I think you'll be amused by this.
I'm going to be amused by this?
I think so. My number 3 is QE. Okay. Think about it. What do we do in that game? We made
I didn't think you liked that game that much.
It was friggin' hysterical. Are you
Okay, I
kidding
didn't
me?
think you liked it.
Oh, I loved it. It's just bidding. I should hate that. I usually boring bidding.
With no limitations.
Yeah, and it's no limitations. So where does it end? Oh, well, let me look that up because now I know what a septillion is, but what goes higher? Next thing I know, we're all Googling ridiculous numbers, and then it becomes this, it was fantastic. So not only did we learn something, okay, I've learned lots of things about very high numbers. Oh, yeah, nonillions. I didn't know what 9 was, but it makes sense that it's known because Latin roots, and all that fun stuff.
No,
But
no one likes Latin.
exactly. It's always Latin and Greek roots, man, when it comes to these numbers up high. So it was really fun to learn all these different ridiculous numbers. And then so everyone's doing that, and they're like, well, you only bet a septillion, so we're off by blah, 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 blah. I
can just bid quintillions like crazy.
Oh, it was, yeah, exactly. And so the smack talk and bravado over the most ridiculous
Adding up the
ever.
totals and the ends are interesting, though.
You always get that job. Everyone's just like, here you go, man. It's just, it's hysterical. And now this is one of those that I can see as not for everyone, because some people don't like that lack of limitations, right? It's a very loose structure, shall we say, to this game, right? Because you leave it wide open, and I mean infinitely wide open. I mean, you can go crazy. So there's a lot, I don't know, but there's something intriguing about just seeing how far people are going to take this. Do you do something ridiculous and just do a whole bunch of decimals or something stupid, or do you all of a sudden go into the stratosphere and have...
It always starts out really tame, the first round.
Yeah, because everyone's a little timid.
And then someone just goes off the wall and goes crazy.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, is that how it's going to be? And the next thing you know, the numbers are just flying, and it's stupid fun.
It reminds me of some of those inflations. Countries that have got out of control inflation, they have a barrel of money just to to buy a loaf of bread. That's what that game feels like.
It does feel like that level of ridiculous where like this shouldn't be real, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So yeah, it's just, this is not
I think that's one of the reasons I had it in my head that you didn't like this game. I've never actually considered playing it with you again.
Oh, really?
I thought you didn't like it.
Oh, no. I think it was because some of the people that we were playing with did not enjoy it as much. I loved it. I thought it was stupidly hilarious. So, yes, Cameron, you have a really good point. A different meta for each game group. That is completely correct. And even within the same game group on a different day, right? If everybody's a little subdued, the numbers are probably not going to be as ridiculous, right?
We had to pull out our phones to find what the next level of numbers were.
We were being ridiculous. So yeah, crazy player as you define it, that would be us in our group, and that was a lot of fun. But you could totally tone it down.
All right.
Number 2.
All right, I actually glanced down at my number 2 so I can actually talk about it before I hit the button. I despise drawing. I literally will not draw unless I'm absolutely forced to draw something.
I would love to play Pictionary with you because I love Pictionary. Nope. I don't think I've ever played Pictionary with you.
I despise drawing. It makes me, I get frustrated when I draw. But in this game, it doesn't matter how bad you draw. In fact, if you draw horribly, it makes the game more fun.
Interesting.
And that's, of course, illustrations.
Yeah.
So yeah, this game, drawing games, I avoid them like the plague. And I really wasn't interested in playing this the first time. I can't remember, I think it was Derek. Was it Derek Porter that asked for us to play this game?
Yes.
And we all played it. It's about, I guess there was like eight of us, something like that.
8 or 10. We had a
big giant cafeteria table of people. And we just had a blast and laughed, and it was so much fun. I'm like, I immediately went over to, there was a little game store at the convention that had it for sale, and I bought it immediately. I went over and bought it.
That's another one of those games where we were laughing and crying so much. It's like, how do we not get kicked out of the room?
Yeah, I know. This game is just it's something that, like I said, I would have never played, but I like. Derek asked to play. I'm like, okay, Derek wants to play. I'll play this stupid drawing game. And I just, like I said, I immediately walked over and bought our copy of it.
Yeah.
Like right as soon as we were done.
Yep.
We put the game back in the library, and I walked over and purchased it. I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
At a little booth at the convention.
Yeah.
So
that was fantastic.
Whatever. This game.
That is like one of my favorite games.
This one and my next one were like, I couldn't decide which one was number one.
Really?
And like I said, Reason Spirit Island's a little bit lower because
you're not super crazy.
I know it's man, but this game, I love Telestrations. It's one of my favorite true party games. This and Time's Up, but I love making a fool of myself. So that one's not on this list, obviously. So these are two of my favorite party games are Time's Up and Telestrations.
Yeah, those are fantastic. Good pick. My number 2 is just one of the meanest games out there. And as he has adamantly attested, shall we say, I don't like mean games, but Dominant Species,
wow, isn't that your list?
I don't know why I like this game so much.
Is it the worker placement and
It is, and it's, the circle of life. I don't know what it is about this, but I'm telling you, it is mean.
You don't like area control?
I don't like area control. I don't like mean things. And your species is probably going to die out, and you have to deal with plan B.
Yeah.
And still, and I'm talking not even if you've been with us on some of our other nightly ones, we talked about Dominant Species Marine is a lot tamer. I'm talking about Dominant Species, not just Marine. I'm talking about the mean one.
Marine's mean, but not as mean.
It's not as mean. So, I mean, yeah, that's not as surprising that I like that one. Dominant Species, though, the base game is mean. I mean, the environment's cruel. It starts just closing in on you, and it's like, well, the world is changing. Sorry about your species, kind of thing. And it's just, I mean, the world is mean to you. The other players are mean to you. If you don't do well enough to start with, your own animals are not going to be so great. I mean, it's just like, I do not like the odds against you games.
That's another one I didn't think you liked that much for some reason.
But I liked it. I did, and I would play it again. In fact, I think we did play it fairly soon for our second game afterwards. We played it fairly soon.
We wanted to try different species.
Yeah, because I wanted to try different species.
Right.
And it's just, and it's not like there's, at least when we played now, there's not any. I didn't feel like, oh, this species is clearly going to win over another.
No, they all have advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah, they're pretty evenly matched. Which that was something I was worried about too, because I'm like, it's so mean. Is there like a super predator in this, that's going to clearly win out? Or it didn't seem like that was the case. It was just wow, it's so mean. I should.
It surprised me with some of these games that you like. I thought you were kind of mad on some of them.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Number one time.
Number one time.
Number one time.
Number 1.
So I mentioned Kalis as being mean.
I hate Kalis.
She hates Kalis.
I hate Kalis. Yeah,
She played it once and she said she'd never play it again.
I almost didn't even finish it.
I told you, she doesn't like mean games.
I was like, nope. Poor Hunter. He probably liked that.
Well, so what's my number one?
Wow.
The crossover.
Is it? Oh. Have you said Search for Planet X?
No, but we froze again. Who had what time is it? 57.
We're going to start placing bets now. And
Zachy,
it's you, isn't it?
is Zachy the one that's doing
Zachy's
this?
causing the crashing.
It's all that. It's that internet, that Denmark, where I forget where he's from. Denmark? Norway? Denmark?
Somewhere over there.
Denmark.
It's a ridiculous hour of the morning, and you're clearly not sleeping like you're supposed to, Zachy.
All that bandwidth to send the signal all the way to Europe is what's causing the problem.
Denmark. Okay, yeah, Denmark.
But you said, no, I have not said Search for Planet X, thusly. It is my number one.
Is it?
Because this game, I literally did not want this game.
That's interesting. I didn't realize you didn't want it.
I was like,
I convinced you to get this game?
yes. I'm like, well, so many people said they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've always thought you liked deduction games. I guess maybe I was wrong because you put it on your list. But I showed it to Rebecca, and she's like, yeah, it looks awesome. And then the older daughter said, ooh, that looks really cool. I'm like, oh. I guess I have to get it. And then I played it, and I friggin' loved it. Like, loved it. Like,
I want to play it right now.
Like, I loved that game. I mean, it was borderline, almost a 10. I need to play it again, but man, I loved that game.
10 for me.
I loved it. It was amazing. And I'm like, I should not like this game.
Yeah.
I should despise this game. It has an app. I'm not a fan of games with apps.
Yeah.
It's deduction.
That's true.
It's
You don't like.
very bland. The board's very bland and stark. There's not much going on with it.
That's true. There isn't a whole lot.
It doesn't have a big. It doesn't have a big production value at all.
No.
And I'm like, I should not like this game. I just nothing about this game I should like. And I loved it. I completely loved it.
Yep. Yeah, Xeris, you're right. It's super good. Super good. Just such a good game.
Yeah. So I had no. I was like, okay, I'm gonna suffer through this once. Rebecca will probably love it, and then her and other people can play it. And then I'm like, play this game again.
I know. It's so.
We played on a harder level. We played it on like an easier, not super easy, but pretty easy level. I'm like, I want to try it on a harder level.
Yep.
And then when I finished that, I'm like, I got an even harder level.
I know. And that's what I want to do. I'm like, let's try the super ultra crazy hard level now. It probably will make my brain explode, but I don't care. I want to do it. It sounds fun. Yeah, it's insane.
I even like the app. Like I said, I usually don't like apps. I like how the app works. It's basically everyone can. It's kind of like Jackbox. Everyone gets a code and they log into the same game. Everyone can have their own own little phone or a tablet or whatever. They can do their
Can
own.
we do that? Internet? Like play an internet?
They'd have to have the game, and they'd have to tell us where they're moving. It would be tough.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You'd have to tell us the moving pieces.
They'd have to be able to see the board really clear. But anyway, instead of passing a tablet around, you can just log in, you put a code, and everyone logs into the same game, and you can just, when it's your turn, you just do what you need to do, and boom, you get your stuff, and then the next person takes their turn, and you don't have to pass a tablet around and make sure you clear your information out so no one sees your stuff.
Yeah.
Really, really great game. I enjoyed it a lot, and I shouldn't. If it was just left to me, I would never even bought this game.
It's so funny. Who would have thought the little game that almost wasn't? We'd still be searching.
It's like ships passing in the night.
Yeah. Planet
Sometimes
X.
you run into each other. Sometimes you pass in the night.
Sometimes Planet X just eludes us. But not today. If your stream is still frozen, reset because everything's rolling.
Yeah, we should be. Yeah. Everything should be fine.
Yep. But yeah, the snow glows white. It's not frozen neutral. Give us song lyrics. All right.
I'm looking over there, and we're very much live.
We're very much live, people. That's on you.
Is the sound jacked up again? I didn't even look at that.
I don't know. If so,
the sound's good.
I was gonna say if the sound's not good, I blame Tommy for that one.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're doing. You guys, man, we have enough trouble without you guys messing with us.
I know, right? Start banning these.
Hold on, before you do your number one, I want to try to guess it.
Oh yeah, you should try to guess it.
Try to guess it.
Did you peek at my book at all?
No.
Okay.
Nope, I haven't seen it.
I was just curious.
I'm guessing it's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna say it's gonna be another. I think I know what it might be. But you like Merchants and Marauders, but I'm still going to guess Zaya.
No.
It's not Zaya? Okay, I have no idea then.
Go ahead and push the button.
Ha! Tommy called it early on. That's funny. Yes, he did.
18 Chesapeake. Yeah.
I didn't even think.
All these 18XX games, I really should not like them. I mean, trains are okay. I'm kind of
train games.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of trains. I'm just like, I like Ticket to Ride, and I like shockingly enough, the 18XX here. That's about where my train stuff ends. We even had the deck builder for a while, trains, and I was like, boring theme, next. And I couldn't get into it. And a lot of people love that dang game, and it's not that much different from other deck builders that I absolutely adore. So I should have liked it. I can't get into trains. Plus, as we have discussed and you've seen probably everywhere, 18XX games can be incredibly mean. And if you make what you think is a trivial mistake, especially early on, that might have just toasted you for the entire game. I hate games like that, detest that. But there's something about, and I'm not super crazy about stocks. After a while, I get tired of those. Some games, if it's part of it, that's cool. This is like a main aspect of this game, right? It's stocks and building tracks to do stuff with the stuff that you did for getting your stocks up. And it's like, oh my gosh. Okay. I usually find that tedious. There's a bit of time in between turns. I have been known to bring out my crochet while waiting between turns. If that's not sad, I don't know. But I don't know what it is about 18XX games. There's something addictive.
You seem to like this one a lot more than the other ones.
Well, this one's the nicest one, and it's the one I like the most. So that's why I picked this one in particular, because I may not always be in the mood to play an 18XX game, but 18 Chesapeake, I don't think I would turn that down. I don't know. I know that sounds kind of weird.
It's quick. It plays quicker. It's less complicated. It's more forgiving. It plays well two-players. It plays well at lower player count. And even two-player.
That's true. It's easier to get on the table for us.
It's not. It's just it's the introductory 18XX game.
And the other thing I was thinking about this too, because honestly, the way the other 18XX games play, I don't like playing the other 18XX games as a board game so much anymore. That 18XX website that we all play on is amazing to the point where I don't think I want to play an 18XX on a table, except for 18 Chesapeake. Yeah. I like this one. I like this one a lot. And it is shockingly, for me, it's shocking that it's really good. It's kind of like City of the Big Shoulders Plus for those of you that like are super fans of that, because it's got the stock stuff that you're doing in City of the Big Shoulders, and then add this train stuff that's directly related to how you're doing your stocks and stuff, if that makes any sense. Because how I learned how to play these games is from City of the Big Shoulders, because you learn how that you've got your corporate money and your money and how those work and when who spends what and all of that. And I think that was a really good introductory game to doing stuff like 18 Chesapeake and the other 18XX games, because then you already know how the money part works, so you're not puzzling that out and trying to figure out how the trains stuff works. Because the trains, there's this stuff called rusting. They become obsolete and you get new tech and they go farther and different things. So you have to be able to upgrade at certain times and have this money set aside and ready to go. And if you're trying to figure that out and then you still don't understand how the money works, I would find that incredibly frustrating. I'm really glad that I learned how to play these the way we did it, in increments, because otherwise, to be completely honest, I probably would not like the 18XX games. So that was a lot, I know, and a bit rambly. But when it all boils down, 18 Chesapeake is like the best of the train world.
Yeah, I should have known this was your number one.
Yeah.
I fail.
No, you don't fail.
All right, you want to show off the new toy?
Yes.
Oh my God. She's been like itching to use this all night.
All right.
So it just froze.
This is not old.
I don't know why we're freezing.
I don't know either. Everything was working. You jinxed us by being on time.
All right.
Hey, all right. So, okay. All right. So people have questions today.
Oh my gosh.
What? What now?
So I messed around today. I was bored, and I did some stuff.
Yeah.
You're in charge. It's you, not me.
Oh, I'm looking for questions. Go ahead. Gave up after 4? What?
It's only 2, or is it 3?
3 now. It's 3. Oh, here we go. Mary is correct. The new toy is the kill switch. No, I'm just kidding. Look what Hunter discovered. Yay, new toy for us. Now we can pin you guys in the video. So now everyone's going to know what obnoxious thing you've said, because I'm going to share it with everyone. There you go. No, just kidding. Except for Tommy. Tommy gets no publicity whatsoever. I won't post Tommy. How's that?
What?
I won't post anything Tommy says.
Tommy's not allowed to be on?
Nope.
So,
Oh no, Zacky's out. Zachy alone.
So what I think is going on, and I'm not certain, I got to do some more research on it. It looks like the OBS is pulling a second copy behind itself, and that's what's freezing the camera.
Oh, is it? Oh, fun, because it's trying to run 2 programs.
Sometimes when I go to close OBS,
There's 2 of them?
there's 2 of them.
Whoops.
Somehow.
That's unfortunate.
There's like a second one.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, we should... Uncle Wiggly, because the cards make me laugh. Nice. Okay.
So I don't know. I got to look into what's going on. It could also be, it's a new computer. There may be like a bazillion things running in the background. I need to, I need to, Rebecca's, why'd you pin that?
Because it's hilarious. Hawk School is putting up new lyrics to Frozen songs. I'm just saying.
Does it look like you're sneezing?
Yeah, well, I'm always making some derpy face when it freezes. So if I just keep an even keel, maybe OBS won't crash. Not likely. I'm not going to try. But yeah, there you go. See, isn't it fun? It's a cool new toy.
You can give them a question to answer.
Oh, we need a question. What's your number 1 game that's out of your wheelhouse? Some of you have already posted some. Repost them now.
We're just asking for another crash. We hang around, right?
It's part of the fun. It's like.
Although I am
What's your what game?
I'm an expert. I'm an expert of resetting.
You are. You're really speedy.
I can do it in about 15 seconds.
Othello? Yeah, that's a good game. I like that one.
Yeah.
Cosmic Encounter. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that one. Lots of negotiation. Sheriff of Nottingham. Yes, very interesting. So
you got your new thing. You're supposed to be clicking.
Oh, sorry. Here we go. Gardner. See, look at that.
It's a new little toy.
I know. Look at that.
Play with it.
Did Hunter back Onk? Tommy asks. Fine, I'll pin you, Tommy.
I would say tune in for Thursday evening. There may be a surprise unboxing of a certain game that may be or may not be Onk.
I may freak out or not freak out a little bit.
I think I'm gonna do an unboxing of it. A kind of blind unboxing, they say.
Yes. Cosmic Encounter. Zachy's got Gloomhaven.
Can't leave it up longer than that. It stayed up like a half a second.
It was only 2 words. Calm down.
I can't read 2 words that quickly.
Oh my gosh, you can't read? No, I'm just kidding. I read to him all the time. No. Zachy says I found one, Gloomhaven. Oh yeah, and that's a beast game too. But if you're gonna pick a dungeon crawl, it sounds like that's like the winner for you, right? Because it's got so much content. Mary, you've been on point this evening with.
It's not the frame rate. I think
it doesn't matter. It's the good commentary. I'm just saying, Mary always wins.
It's not the frame
Good
rate.
commentary. Mary wins.
OBS is locking up, is what's happening.
Yeah, it's OBS because everything else is like golden on this set now.
Eventually, I may have to look into some other streaming software.
The Crew, Cora Lou says for her number 1. I'm thinking.
The Crew was just off my list. It was very close.
I can see that.
But I don't super love the Crew, so it's.
I get that. Ooh, PAX Premier and The Estates. Now, which game is The Estates?
No clue.
Oh, hey, Cameron, you have homework. You must tell us about The Estates. Because I know about PAX Premier.
It's the game that that made me sad.
It's the game that made you sad. And The Estates, though, I don't know that one. Raiders of the North Sea. Hawk School, you're not a worker placement fan. That's interesting.
You're the only one in the world. You're all alone.
Poor thing. And you know what? Then that means Hawk School is suffering a lot.
You can only play like 20% of the games in existence if you don't.
That's what it seems like. Everything's worker placement anymore. It's so true, or at least it's an aspect of it. Hawk School, I feel your pain, sir. That's got to be really rough. Big Shoulders. I totally get that, Mary. Big Shoulders.
I thought that would be on your list, honestly.
Well,
you do like heavy Euro worker placement games.
I do like heavy Euros. Oh, we have a actual legitimate question. Was there a type of game or theme that you mostly thought of when creating this list?
Cooperative.
And for me, it would definitely be. Oh, I thought you said for me it's cooperative.
Pondering.
That's definitely you cooperative. Yeah. Mine would have to be the dudes on a map.
Yeah, because I
not my usual.
I really was looking to put more co-op games, but there's really only a handful I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
And this is the only one that I really enjoy.
Right.
The other ones mostly I play because other people want to play them.
Yeah. Yeah. Hidden Keep says The Mind. Yeah, because that's not. Yeah. Well, there's people that always argue, is that even a game, right? And that's one that you like. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I hyper-clicked you. It's like, The Mind. It's messing with you. Twilight Struggle for Tommy. What's 13 Days? Is that like 13
Twilight Struggle Light.
Oh, is it?
So it's even worse.
All I could think of was 13 Monkeys, and that's a movie about like
13 Days, the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Oh, duh. Okay. Did you guys play that one?
Yes.
Okay.
And I didn't like it.
Oh, geez. Change it to a question. Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. We have a new Kabuki. Someone's going to pester us until we try a game.
No, we haven't played Newton, but honestly, I'm interested in it. I watched the reviews, and I was like, I don't know. So I want to give it a chance like at a convention, or play it at a convention, but we just haven't had any conventions in forever. But I did like Genotype.
That game is so good.
It makes me more interested in Newton now, because I think it's the same people.
Genotype was so good.
I could be completely wrong. It could be different designers. I don't know.
I love that so much. Try The Estates, Cameron says. It's a mean game. Oh, rework.
Never heard of the first one.
Yeah. Okay, now we got to look that up.
Hamut? I don't know. I'm horrible pronunciations.
All right.
Corley
crossed over on Res Arcana and Spyfall. Oh, totally. Yeah. That's interesting.
You didn't click her. She's
sorry.
So sad.
I'm sorry. Here you go, Corley. You're famous now. Uh-oh. Neutral has a top 5 on the spot. Ooh, do we accept the challenge? Top 5 games most in your wheelhouse. You guys pretty much know those,
We'll
right?
do that next. Tell us that next Tuesday, and we'll consider it.
Tell us nothing. I can put it on here. I'll just put.
But then he has to remind us. He has to
Oh,
be
you're
here.
gonna make it work?
Yeah, he has to be here and remind us.
I like that.
Consider it.
Fine, neutral. Not doing nothing. I'm crossing this off right now. There you go. You have to tell us Tuesday.
I can spoil it by saying anachrony is probably the one.
That's very wheelhousey of you.
Yes.
Cameron asked a very important question. I defer to my husband on this one. What is the airspeed velocity of a swallow?
Is it a laden or unladen swallow?
There you go. Oh, wow. Worker placement. No, I get it. Worker placement can be very stressful. So, Gardener, Raccoon Tycoon. Yes. That's another one of those games that has a lot of stock-esque stuff in it, but it's just so much fun. I absolutely love that game.
I apologize for just not staring at you. Our chat's off to the side. So
Yeah,
we're looking off to the side.
Yeah. Well, they're probably used to that by now.
Yeah.
We're staring. If we start staring up at the ceiling, then you probably need
I'm not a big fan of having the laptop sitting right here. I just don't like that for some reason.
Yeah. What kind of monster doesn't like co-op, says Zachy. This is what that monster looks like.
I don't cooperate. I compete.
We have one of the Dice Tower little mini posters, and it's like front and center on the wall behind this camera.
Cooperation is a myth.
It says cooperation is a myth. You work with what you got, folks. I'm just saying. Okay, so okay, hold on. Here's a legitimate question as well. Have you played High Clue?
Never heard of it.
It's on BGA or in stores now. Play with chat.
I have to look into it.
All right, that I will write down.
I haven't heard about it. I don't know what that is. High Clue. Huh. Curious how it works with chat.
Okay.
Oh, Newton isn't the same, guys. Okay.
Oh.
I have to look into it. Really, it's onto my to be played list at the convention.
Yep. Let's see. Top 10 games in your wheelhouse that you didn't like.
That's an interesting list.
I don't know. Have I played 10?
That would be hard, though.
That'd be really hard because the way we play games.
It's very often that it's rarely I play a game I don't like because I only buy. I do a lot of research into games.
Well, and we used to, when we had the Dallas Games Marathon, we were more inclined to try random games, but we just don't, it's one of those things that we don't get a chance to just go randomly play a lot of games.
All right, folks, before we lock up for the 6th time or whatever.
What? You're not fun.
It's funny because people watch after the fact. They don't see the lockups.
That's good.
It just blends together.
But Neutral's asking, what is your favorite color?
Green. No, blue.
Beautiful. See, look. It's beautiful.
All right.
It's beautiful.
So next week, 1 week from tonight, is our variety show where we do a variety of things. Rebecca will be here this time.
I will.
So.
I was there last time.
Bonus.
Just not physically.
You were in the chat, but yeah.
I was in the chat.
All right. And then 2 weeks from tonight. 2 weeks from tonight is our top 10 games we want to play right now. We do this about once a year. It's kind of I find it interesting. I know a lot of other people. I don't see a lot of other channels doing it, but I find it interesting what people are interested in playing because it's not necessarily the new hotness. It's maybe your favorites you haven't played in a while. It could be new games. It could be stuff that's on your shelf of shame.
Right.
It's kind of gives you the temperature of
what's everybody into right now. Right. Not necessarily hot.
It seems to be a blend. You don't get, at least for me, it's going to be a mixture of favorites, new games.
Yep. I agree.
Shelf of shame games I want to try. It gives you kind of a wide swath of games.
Replaying something you played recently and you're really hooked on.
Right.
And yes, actually, Gardner, it could change in 2 weeks because sometimes that's why I probably won't make the list until 1 or 2 days beforehand because if we get a chance to play the games that I'm like, pick this, it does change.
Three games. We're getting 3 new games this week, and I hope to play all 3 this weekend. So we'll see how that goes. And like I said, there may be an unboxing one night because I really want to.
Well, and now things are possibly, to where we can start live playing.
Other than the
stuff.
screen freezing, which I got to look into.
Yeah, but once you figure that out, we're not going to have any issues. So that's nice, and we'll be able to just plug in and actually start playing like we've been wanting to do and all that good stuff. So even though school's starting.
What happened to cool catchphrase? Well, Board Game Blender got canceled. So
Yeah.
that's
so 2-3 years ago now, right? Isn't it?
more like 3 years ago.
Yeah. Sad.
All right, that's it, folks. So we'll see you. We'll see you probably one night this week for an unboxing.
That's exciting.
But regardless, we'll see you next Tuesday for the variety show.
Take care, people.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Click subscribe to join our wonderful viewer community.
Want to be notified when we upload a new video or go live? Click on the little bell below.